good day, good night. If I say good night, okay, does it mean goodbye? So should I always come in here saying good day? Because the day is good, and with the day we have to fulfill. You see, in the day we're up. We're standing north and south. But during the night when we sleep, most of us lie down. Now we're going east and west. You see, that's how the roads cross. When we go down to sleep, depending whether you lift your head, turn sideways, because each and every way that you put your legs, okay, you extend, okay, the connection, okay, when you sleep. If you sleep curled up a little bit, that's the best one, because two straight lines will connect both sides of your body and leave an empty space so you can live in that empty space. That's what happens, you see. You take a line and you take space. And when you run it a line like a clam, okay, and then you run a line on the bottom, a line on the top, well, all that space that you can see through, okay, you'll be able to see that background. And it's that background where life is, okay, between the lines. Isn't that what it is? Life is between the lines, and then when you fill it up, that's the life. There's a life up, a life down. Just the way they work Roman numerals. The one on the left or the one on the right. It's all what's in between that makes up all the difference. How can I explain it to you a little bit better than that? Just let's take any letter in the alphabet, okay? I don't want to play a big game with this because I can go far. Let's take M. Okay, give me another letter, Z. M from Z equals 13. Okay, so if you go M from Z is 13, you go M to N, O, P, Q, R. S would be the sixth one. The seventh one would be the T. So the last one on the first side is the S. The one in the middle, which is the T, which is the 20th letter, which is the one in the middle, S-T-U, which is the 21st. So it's 19 and 21. Okay? And it's actually that's creation of spirit. 1921, creation of spirit, God's world. So what you had in between was actually 6 and 7. So your actual letter we're talking about is the letter T here. Okay? And the T makes up for a transfer. On one side it's a transfer of a U, okay, which is the sacrifice lamb, because you're the angel, the deaf, dumb, and blind that's on the other side that doesn't get to take the action that I take. Because I have the last say. Whatever comes outside of this mouth, it is left from here. Okay? He said it to the other side of my brain, who gave it to my body to come outside my mouth, in which both sides of my mouth come together to explain as they go east-west while I'm standing north-south. That's why a woman, her lips are down at the bottom are going the other way, because that's the way of life, because that's how we're standing up. If we were sleeping, we'd be dead forever and there'd be no life. There's life when you're standing. It's an expression, if you follow me. So that's why the lips down below. And not only that, okay, but if the lips have a crack in it and the legs are spread, the V goes up like this. But when you look at her V goes out like this. Okay, so this V, okay, in all actuality, if you draw a straight line across it, comes out the two V's again. But if you put the line, the imaginary line of the crotch of a woman there, creates a Y. And that Y, the two arms of when you look at a Y, right? Those two arms open up and a baby comes out. They close, the baby grows, comes to life, it opens up. When it opens up, it's an 11. One man of one spirit. 4 angels, 6 man of one spirit. The 4 angel spirit, because he has the 4 and the 1 angle with him, and the man is just 6. That's what the difference is. You see, if it's the angel, you see, because according to the design that I've made, I come up with the angel always being at 11. Okay? I come up with the man being at 9. And the reason for this is because the lines in between, okay, where 2, 5, and 8 is, that makes 11. So if the angel's on the left of it on the 4 key, okay, it'll make X1, because the 5 in the center is actually the X, because it goes to all 10s. Okay, it's the 5 position of 5. And so anyways, the angel, okay, becomes the 11. Man becomes the 9. Man's birth brought him into the world that connected him to his angel to become the 11. But sometimes in other phrasing, we say one spirit is connected to 6 man, because it's the one dot of the dice in area 51 okay, that makes the connection in the C-section. The C-section, okay, well, I wasn't going to make a big video, but the C-section, okay, is all field goals. I'm going to show you how it works, okay. This is a C-section, and the reason in football how we score our points, okay. This is a C-section, okay. It's a tic-tac-toe. I moved around the lines. That's all I did, okay? If you want, I can extend and show you one. Just one. Just one side. Can you see it better? It's tic-tac-toe. There's 9 squares because you're missing the corner here, the corner here, the corner here, and the corner here is 4. Then there's the 4 walls you see, is 8, and then the center of 9 of your telephone. Okay, so that's the football area. So now, these are the uprights of the angel. These are the uprights of man. Okay? So the minute you take that ball and kick it through here, automatically we know man, angel, and spirit exist. 3 points. The one spirit of the ace. Okay? Now what happens, okay, when you, and the reason for that is because if you're not on the goal line, right on the goal line as a count, position 0. One movement brings you in, one movement brings you back 1. The back one brings you to 2. The inside brings you to the 1 touchdown, which gives you the 6 of God. And the field goal that they kick is the 1 spirit. Okay? Because it's done with the foot, like I said, in man's corner when it's kicked out. Okay, it's done with the foot. After you cross the line, right, you have to give the information back to the other side, your angel. It's got to go up here, the beta world, and this all stays connected. These are like flipping electrical switches, you know. Okay, so we get the 1 point. I told you, we got the 1 point because we collected the 6 islands. If you collect the 6 islands, you get the spirit. The 6 islands, upside down, is a 9. It's your birth. Okay, so once you get that 6, you're an automatic 1. Now in American League, they just changed it. Okay, they made a change. And one of the changes is, hold on, I'll tell you a second. Have you ever seen something before? Something has never been foreseen before. 4 C's. Seen. The scene of the accident is right here. Not only that, but you have 1 C, 2 C's. You have a Tussie. You have a U and an N. The UN of CC. Okay? CC is 33, Jesus Christ. Because it all comes together in this third one right here where everything works. Okay? And this part is actually not a C anymore. This part turns into 2 tails. Because this one here is a tail on each. This one and this one, okay, they connected with ground. Okay, so the tail disappears, so we don't need this to exist. We just need this for a positioning, okay, in the connection of the beta world. I mean, just by drawing a line. The only reason this exists, what you see here, is because I drew a line, and when the line stops, I made a C. That's all. And the only reason it's a C, because it's not a square. And it's not a square because it's not a triangle, and I didn't create the square yet, and we're not into that right now, okay? There's a lot of ways to look at it. So the negative ground of the tail, so this tail gets tucked in. And this tail gets tucked in because man, he has his tail in his brain and in his ass. And the angel, well, she's a dog and a cat, so they have their tails as they walk, dogs and cats, pointing east-west. When dogs sleep, is it any more east-west than anything? They're always basically the same way. They lie on their side and they look up to the sky. But it's not like a man standing up and sitting down. They just raised out of their position. So they're angels and they go east-west. And that's how man gets connected, because man is actually from the north. Man is 6 and 1. The spirit of man is on the top and on the bottom. The man falls in between. Did you follow me so far? So we have these actually. So this one here, 3 points. Because it's letter C, it's the third one. If we go 3 times 3, we have 6. And if we add one more, it's 3. We have 9 for the birth. If we add just the expression, we have 12. Now we have all the 2, 4, 6, 8 connections into the E world. And the Hebrews, I just want to show you something. Shin, sin, The reason for shin and sin, okay, is because when they designed this, we cross-corner a line on a diagonal of 45 degrees, I think it is, all the way to the 9. And eventually this will make up the snowflake that we all see. The only thing you're missing on the snowflake is the last design is man's design. Don't forget our thoughts go into the matrix. So when we build, and we build houses, and we build chateaus, we build stuff, and it's so beautiful, and then evolution takes place, and now the plants are so beautiful. Okay, so it builds. It's always building. It's the matrix. It's everything is growing all the time. It has to grow, or it dies and it goes to sleep, and the universe can't go to sleep. It turns all yellow at the end, right? The leaves at the end of the season, it's got to hibernate for the winter for some reason. Something to do with that yellow energy that comes out of the ground in the cornfields in the month of October, November, September, October, November. They start selling house corn back in July already. They have jack only after a couple of months, and a couple of months is all it took. Okay, now we're going to get back to this again, okay? And the 6 points is 3 here and 3 here. You see, when man scores a 6-point touchdown, he gets the 3 here and the 3 here. He gets him and his angel. He gets both 3s all in one. You get 6. And then you only get to get 1. See this line here? It's showing you it's shooting it. See the angle of play? The angle of play is pointed this way and this way. These are the C, coach's corners. CC, coach's corners. So anyways, when they go, why do they... Okay, now here's the question. They're 20 yards away, okay, and they go for a field goal. Why? Well, because they're not in the end zone, okay? So they have 2 choices, give it back or pick up 3 islands by getting it in the middle. Because the post standing up here and the post standing up here, the minute you put it through the middle, you dot the I inside and you connect both sides. And now not only that, the goalpost has 2 round spots at the top. You take a look at those dots, dot above a dot, it can say either father, mother, or it can say a 1, because you'll take those dots, right, and you'll take those dots. I'll try and show you if I can do this here. Take the 2 dots of the 2 goalposts, right, you see them? Now you can say they're digitals, you understand what I'm saying? And all I do is I put a line on each side. So if you take away the dots now and you just leave the lines, you'll see an 11. Yes, 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 if you cut them up, because that's what it is. Everything is cut up. So here's how it goes. Now after getting 6 points, okay, in the American League, they said, hey guys, why don't we put the 2-point convert into the game? And they decided to put it in the game because it's already in the CFL, and in fact, can you believe it? And I don't care what anybody says, the CFL, whatever they do after taking that 2 points into effect, they must thank the CFL. Because the CFL, that we don't know what we do when we leave things stay. It's been there, just leave it sometimes. It's exciting, you know. When you want to take something away, you know, it changes things. You're putting or you're taking or you're leaving it the same. So in Canada, we don't go to war, it's relaxing. So we left the 2 points like that, because you know what? It was fun. If you take it away, then there's one less action. When there's one less action, there's one less thing to look at. And then the fun starts, okay? So now the 2-point convert, okay, is the chance for beta, okay? Because when we're in a field, it's a game, okay? We become the machine. We are all ones, we're individualized. We pass codes between one and another. We kick a ball back. We pass the ball back. We move over. The coaches direct just like God. Okay? But they're not the owners. The owners are in the owner's box up above, where God sits. Right there. Those are the guys. It's what they say goes. If they say out, it's out. But once you're in the game and in the world, the game has started. They own the world now, but you don't own what's going on in it. It's like starting a machine and shoving your hand into the gears, okay? When the game starts, it's up to the referee, the one to refer to, Giant Ferret. He's a mark of the industry because he connects to the Ferrari, and he was a master. Whoa, baby. Oh, I get shivers just thinking of it. You know, when you get into the realm of being able to see the functions of the whole thing, your mind is so much less to care about, because I think part of our mind is lost because somehow it's trying to find home. It's always trying to find home, like a dog, like an animal. And man sometimes feels lost, and man has deja vu, man has in between, because she's in and she's out. It's not all us. It's part of the machine. It's the negative has to go home. Positive and negative. She has to go home. She has to run the green wire, and that's why the 5 in horses is green, because she has to go home. She has to go home. That's the way it is. The negative energy has to go home. The information has to flow. Which I'm going to get back to the 2 points now, because Beta's now in the game, okay, and she decides. I want to get, okay, I want to get pregnant, she says. Okay. I want to be in the world, she says. If I get 1, 1 and 1 is only 2. Okay. But if I get 2 points, okay, and I'm beta, so I start at 2, so I would get me 2, and next one would be 3. So that would be beta creation. She would create. She needs the 2 to create. It is beta 3 creation, number 23. But like I said, before and after is what counts. So you have BCD, and the angle of God is in the D, so she creates. Okay, now she can create, she becomes 2 in creation. So she runs across the line, she breaks the post, she breaks the post, she breaks the line, she scores, she gets hot, she gets laid, she gets pregnant, she goes over the line, and 1 touchdown that picked up 3 islands gets 2 more points, 3-1-2 instead of 3-1-3. Because I told you, 3-1-3 and 1-3-1, okay, is like this. I don't know, 1-3, 3-1, 3-1. Okay. This, okay, the reason for that is this is the outside of the world. Beta world starts here, the 2 red ones here, and the center here. You see it on the 8 card. Okay. They all have numbers and values, these, okay? The center ones have a value from the top here, meaning this one would be 9 or it would be 6. And this one here is upside down, okay? So, oh my God, it's the diamond. You see, that's why this one also counts for both sides. So that's why man 6 counts for this side and this side and this. You understand? This side and this side is man 6. Do you follow what I did? The diamond points both ways. Okay? All I have to do is bend this card. Okay? And I want to bend. Her name is Patricia. She's just delicious. Oh, I can tell you all about this song, you know. It's so cool. So these are the, that's the connection, okay? 2 diamonds on top of each other. Direct energy coming from 2 different points. One is yellow, okay? The energy to create and pass over. The spirit. The spirit is a design that the yellow energy passes, okay? I always mix it up because a spirit is the blood flow, but the energy is always orange from red because it's made up of red wiring. Its background is red. It's red. Okay, so anyways, let me tell you. So what I told you before is this side was on the top before, and this was on the bottom. 1, 3, 3, 1, 13, 31, 11, 33, Jesus Christ. 11:33 is this year, my friends. Okay? 3 years. I went to the park August 8th to September to November 8th. August to September to October to November 8th. 3 years. 3 days. Tomorrow. Everything falls tomorrow. It's 6 years, 6 months, 6 days since this whole thing started in my life. Then it was 333 and 222 and 111, and every year. So I calculate it like this. I told you about the 2 points, right? So I calculate it like this. 1 year, 1 month, 1 day for God. 1 year, 1 month, 7 days for Beta. So every year you go ahead, 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, 1 year, 1 month, 7 days. Now it doesn't always work out because of the leap years. So what happens in the leap year, if you end up, let's say on the 14th, okay, no, not the 14th, on the, let's say, I don't know, let's say on the 14th. So you end up on the 14th because everybody knows on the 15th, it's not 15th, it's 15th. How many teeth you got? 5 on the left, 5 on the right, on the bottom. It's 15th, not 15th. Okay, so 4, okay, is the end of the first 4. 5 is the center. 4 and 5 go together because it's 4, F, and 5, F. Just like 10, 20, 30, T, T, T. 4 and 5 are F and F. 6 and 7 are S and S because he's the king and the queen. 7 and 8, the 8 is the E world that connects the beta world. That's why it's 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 9, the neutralization, okay, because it's the 9th point, the birth that connected everything together. So that just gets marked as the 9th point, and you call that the Pluto planet. So now you basically have all those numbers intact. Do I think I know it? No, I don't have to think I know. I know. Anyways, I want to get back to what I was telling you in these cards. So this turns around, okay? So imagine it turned around. Try and think of it this way, okay? And instead of, okay, we're going around on the outside, imagine if we were on the inside, in here, and the universe was linear, okay, linear, but the matrix set up crisscrosses things, and you can go up and you can go down at certain angles, because he doesn't want to break the angles, because the Mayan count of 5,125 is one of those angles. In fact, the 1125, which means man, let's go with the 5 angel and the 6 man in this count, and we'll say it's 11. Yeah, I lost myself. Anyways, ask me a question. If you see where I lost myself, please tell me. Please, it's so important. You see, my blood pressure goes in and out, you know, and that ball's got to keep on moving. If it stops, you die. So if the information in your mind doesn't go anywhere, and I've said this before, it's stalemate, and then you'll forget. And then you get frustrated, and the ball in your head has got to roll all the time. So you've got to stock and save. The internet has taught man to be more intelligent by its own ways. Doesn't anybody see how they have learned? I don't care who you are. Smile, man. Smile. Just smile. See things different. Take your glasses off. Oh my God. You know what? It doesn't matter if certain things hang around, because my love is right here. I think I was talking about yellow before. And, you know, that yellow energy powers this, I think, navy blue universe. And what colors that come out? Purple, red, what is that? Because just look at Monopoly, that violet color, that family of purple, all those families of purple, they're all 9s, you know? And it's a 12 if you look in pool, but the 12 ball, okay, I think it's purple, and 1 and 2 and 12 is 3, which means creation, so it's on the same side. And the opposite ball of 12 would be the 4, and the 4 is green, okay, and the green means life of the 5 green passage, the 5 greener pastors, 5 green pastors. So is that angel or man? It could be man, the finer pastors of man. Pastures, not pastors. Oh my God. Listen, in here, in this card, what you don't see is a dot here and a dot here, a dot here and a dot here. But that's like on an angle of some sort, right? So would the dairy cow be hooked up 2 here and 2 here? She's got to hook up 2 here and 2 here, and then these are her 2 cuds. She chews her 2 cuds because they crisscross, right? Cross my heart. They only have to crisscross once, because the center position here will take care of this side of 3, and the center position here will take care of this side of 3. So they only have to crisscross 1, and all of these can work in harmony. So this is the uttering of the word, that she speaks no words because of the crisscross of the bra, okay, of a design I told you about, the 11 degrees, okay, is because this angle on this card here, all the way down to here, I think makes up for the design of the telephone, why there's 4 rows, because one of the rows is ABC. And then there should be something on the top, right, to make a triangle out of it. Well, that would be God on top of the roof, okay? Because ABC always has a floor or an inside. If there's an outside point, there's an inside point. That's 2. Now there's an end to the left and an end to the right. That's 4. So you made one triangle and you ended up with 4 places. But now if you turn it around and make it into a triangle, okay, I think the pieces have to be cut off to be put together. So what happens in one area, it becomes like a ball. So the minute you see a ball, in any card you see a black ball, it's because there's more than one thing connected together, it's turned to a ball. That's why the club card is an expression, okay? Because look inside the, gotta look inside. Can you see this? You see the round? See the round center? There's so much going through her, okay, that's her color. That stem on the bottom is the reason I told you those are a tail tucked in. That's Beta's tail from the top. It's a standing person. She's standing on her own tail like a monkey can do. Monkey see, monkey do. So there's one on the left, one on the right. She teaches them both. And she says in craps, yo, 11. Because that's who we are, my friends. We are 11 and we are 9. We are 11. That is who we are. We are 11 because 11 reflects 9, which reflects 5. 5 represents 6 and 9 because the percentage key is on the 5. Why does the 5 reflect the 9? Because when you play craps, they pay the same thing. So I'll just tell you their rules is the same as my rules is their rules. And 9 reflects the 5 because NINE is a 42 count. And I think it puts you on income tax. And if you pay an income tax, it's because they know you just passed go. They caught you. You got to pay. So you and your angel have to dish in and pay. So that's the monopoly. Yeah, like I said, that blood flow in your head, it's got to go, man. It's got to continue. We're online. I mean, I got a lot more to tell you, and it doesn't matter. We're online. We're all here. What's going on now? Is it going to get boring if we know? Because, you know, for me, sometimes I feel a little down because I feel like, I mean, I got my joy out of life now. Now, what's left? What's left? The repairs! I'm a handyman. I want to go into the world and do some repairs. I'm not going to go there and think of me. I'm going there to fix their repair because I'm a repairman. So when I go into their house, if I only think of money and I work for another guy and all it is money, she reports me to my master and I lose my job. So I must do my job. Okay? I must do my job. So I must accumulate certain things. Money. You must gain money and strength. You must be powerful in this world over everything, including money. You must starve in the street over anything. Because if someone's making you starve, and it is God, he has a damn, which means queen, good reason to make you starve. Because it's us that connects ourselves inside, and we are the passage, soul, into this world of the matrix. We have the last words. Do you think the matrix has the last words? No. The matrix doesn't have the last word. Yes, they do, the heartbeat and everything, but if you go see a monkey, and the monkey doesn't have the one spirit, but he's still talking, right? Then he has the last word. He is soul. Okay? He is manufactured by the Spirit of God, but he is purely soul. Okay, but with a little bit of update in it because the monkey's a little bit different. So, what was I saying? So he's a little bit of, oh yeah, so I have my last word, right? And in my last word, okay, and if you can't trust me, you see, you can't always ask me questions, okay? Because certain things are in the gray. And I'm not a gray goose, okay? God's a gray goose because he passes, okay, through black beta and the white creation. He's a gray goose. I'm not allowed to be a gray goose, okay? But sometimes I have to be in the gray goose area because I belong in the middle. Okay? And in the middle, not everything can be shared, because if things were shared and the information got out to the wrong machine, the machine would do something different, would get the wrong information. Same thing. If the wrong person hears something, says something, the whole transformation of the machine is all changed. That's why the government can't tell us all the stuff they don't tell us. Okay? Because our minds can't conform. Because if we knew anything, it'd be too easy. We need to get in trouble. Everyone's a troublemaker in one way or another. Oh, I'm sorry, not you, not you, not you, not you, not you, not you. So nobody's a troublemaker anymore, just me. I must be odd. Anybody want to join? Join in pairs, please. Always join in twos. I'll always be odd. That'll be great. I'll always stand out. Everybody will always have a friend. So when I join the group of any group of two, they're two and me one makes us three. Now we're all odd. Put us all together in groups of three. We get 9 and remain odd. So we start over again. 9 and 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. We're odd again and back in creation. So we're back in black. That's why they connect AC and DC. The reason they connect AC and DC because the angle of God is the A and the angle of God is the D. And if you take an A, okay, if you take an A and turn it sideways, it's a D. That's all it is. I made it a little bit longer because there's a lot more that goes into there. So now you know the football, 50-yard line, 50 and 50, because life is 50-50. The 55-yard line, because Canadian football is with the passage, and that's the 10 yards, the difference of the 5 on the center. C-center creation, 5 yards left. C-center creation, 5 yards right. Telephone, key, 4 and 6. C creation, 55 yards. They meet at the middle. Okay? They meet when the world begins. So what, you know what? For the past couple of weeks, and I've been thinking this for the longest time, everything to do with Canada. God comes in my mind in the myth of the Caesarea. MrTacpans's tells me God comes. He says, you can't have a story that ends in hate. Otherwise, you write another one like Harry Potter. You have a storybook that ends in love. Because when love comes around to a V and you recreate, you cross over and you become the X-Man once again. And the X-Man, okay, is taking the diamonds with holes in it, okay, and crisscrossing them. It's just an X, an X, an X, an X, an X, a diamond, a diamond, a diamond. It makes the creation of everything. God is the X-Man. He's the AX-Man. He's the Amen. Amen. Because A, angel, for men. Man, world, neutralization, the passage of the God. So I showed you the AD. So now that you have the two angles, A and D of God, right, you can use one of those corners. Because in Trinity, okay, all you do is put the Pontiac position in this, and you reach out to the other sides. Okay, and that way God was able to take his A and change it for B beta. But in this situation, okay, the triangle must work together. A, C, D. A, conditioning. A, C, D, A, C, D, C. The B is left out because she's manufactured by the AC. AC manufactures the D. And now that God closes the corner, the D, okay, which is one ball, unfolds up here and down here, and it becomes a P, D, or B, if you follow my drift. Okay? How the formation of the letters, so you have A, C, D, C. Now, while you're doing this, imagine a square, okay? And you just take out a piece on the top, the B, just a piece. You end up making a V. You put 3 together, 1 on each side, you got a double V. You stand one leg on each side because it's divided. They stand divided. Creates an M. An M says 11. An M says 12 and 14. 26. Man. It's just you know what? I got to look at this thing and let me see this and this and this Because I have to look back at some of these videos. That's another piece I need you to remind me of. Remind me of that piece the last 2 minutes, okay? Send it back to me because I screwed up again. Screwed up. I made a mistake. There's so many pieces. We were talking about, oh yeah, the X and yeah, what happens is that's an X. Now, it's an X and a square. It's the cross. It's a kite. It's the setup of the 2, 4, 6, 8 world. Okay, but this piece here, how can I explain it? If you just keep an X and put a line on the top, it says 10,000. If you cut the X in half and then put a line on the top, okay, it says 5,000. V with a line is 5,000. So these are all the cuts of the 5-passage key, Jupiter, of what the moons do and how it creates pieces of the pie. Now, if a piece doesn't fit in your telephone or Rubik's Cube, okay, so that means you have to set up your numbers that way. If it doesn't fit, it's not in this world, or it's odd. Or maybe it could be in this world because you noticed it. And it's what we notice we can create from. If you don't notice it, you can't create, right? Oh, I didn't notice, I didn't notice, I didn't notice, I didn't notice. Well, now I'm sending you the notice. You lost your job, buddy. It's the end. I've given you so many notices, you didn't notice. And even by me firing you, now you should notice. Why did he fire me? Oh, you noticed. You're asking yourself why. Well, why don't you ask yourself why you're there? Am I doing the right job? Should I check up on how I'm doing? So that's what it is, this world. It's for the mind, and it sucks, you know? But, I mean, death, I think, sucks even more. So, would I take God over anything? Do I have a choice? You have no choice. I have no choice. You know why? Because I like to go into all the corners of the world. Everybody goes into the corners, but there are no corners because this universe